The hardest task when setting up a preview guide is deciding what to wear. I never know which t-shirt's going to be right for each episode. I spend hours just sitting around thinking about what to wear, whether that's going to work on camera, if it's going to be too blue and show through on the blue screen. So my best t-shirts are blue. Wish I could wear them, but I digress. I'm not here to talk about t-shirts, I'm here to talk about anime, and whether it's worth watching. Because this is a 2021 winter anime preview from a different perspective. One anime I was most interested in catching up with this season was Season 2 Part 2 of Re:Zero. You see, Season 2 left off in a really worrying point. Subaru was starting to see what to do going forward, but things were starting to get very dark, especially with Emilia at the end. And so we re-enter the world of Re:Zero, and we reintroduce ourselves to Subaru and to Emilia, and being trapped within the force field of a hidden village, with Subaru wanting to rescue both Emilia and the villagers, as well as rescuing the girls at the mansion, all at the same time. Both seem impossible to get together. There's strange things at play here, and everything seems to be going against him, with killer bunnies, killer assassins, killer witches, and just killer love. Everything seems to be going against him, and with Garfield around, who is heavily suspicious of him anyway, he doesn't trust anything which is going on. Well, it's finally time for Subaru to start looking forward as he starts his revival and comeback in this episode. And we learn a hell of a lot this episode as well, despite not a huge amount happening. We learn about Ryuzu. In fact, there are actually 4 active at the moment. We get more back and forth between Roswell and Subaru, because obviously Roswell knows his secret. We got Garfield being angry and shouty all the time, as he generally does. We got Otto growing a pair and being awesome. Otto's easily the best character in the episode, and a character which really Subaru needed a lot of. And bloody hell, he's finally back. We get Puck. Hell yeah, bring on the Puck. Although Puck's return is a little bit more temporary for now, but it's going to put forward a change in Emilia, which is going to be interesting. Emilia's going to start opening up, I think, now going forward. Those sowing the seeds of Emilia and Subaru properly. Where the show goes on here, I've no idea, but I'm definitely interested in finding out, because Re:Zero is airing over at Crunchyroll. You can often tell quite a lot about how much I'm anticipating a show by how fast after it becomes available I start watching it before it's due to be reviewed. Never more has that been true than Aichu halfway through the Idol, a show which I waited a good 12 hours to watch. You see, Aichu is a show which really does not intend to appeal to me. It's a male idol show, and I'm already on that record saying how much I'm not a big fan of those. But thankfully this one isn't about rapping, it's about just male idols. And the main characters, a group called Fire Phoenix, is a bunch of fake Grand Order ripoffs. You got our main character who is basically Gilgamesh, just peppy. You got the quiet, thoughtful one, who's Ozymandias. And you got the feminine, hyperactive, cute one, who's basically Dayan. Yep, he's a fake Grand Order boys collection. Although if I do a rate up for any of these servants, I might go for it since they're all pretty decent servants, really. And they're going to be going to a school to become the best male idols they can. Because anime. I mean, it works for female idols, why not male idols? Why not have a school for male idols? Why not, I suppose? And as is the case with a lot of these shows, the first episode is basically just them introducing a huge array of characters. Too many characters, if you ask me. And again, female idol shows do the same thing, especially ones which are set in schools with multiple characters and lots of people to introduce you to. In no short order, we're introduced to real idol groups. I can't remember their names, much anyway. I'll just introduce them by what they are. You got the group of 5 foreigners, because they're foreigners and stereotypes are easy in this type of anime. You got 6 artists doing random artsy stuff rather than music. Why they want to do music as well as art, no idea. First, music is an art form, I suppose. But one's a painter, one's a potter, one's a... no idea what they do, to be honest. But they're doing art and they're doing music. Why not? Then you got a group called Lancelot, because this anime is not ripped off fake Grand Order enough already. And then finally, you got Jedward. You know, I think this anime is not really intended for me, so I'm not going to be watching it. Don't be wrong, the anime was not in any way offensive. it didn't assault my senses like a certain show did last season, but it's not great either. If you are interested in watching lots of pretty boys being pretty boys with many standard tropes, feel free to check out I Chew, halfway through the idol, airing over at Crunchyroll. I'd be lying if I said that LBX Girls was an anime which I wasn't anticipating much. I look at the pictures of it and I see cute girls with mecha. So yeah, that's basically what I want to watch in an anime season. What I wasn't expecting was for LBX Girls to be an isekai series. Anyway, our main girl Riko is not a huge fan of a new trend going around her area, because everybody, even her best friend, she's interested in buying all the new Gundam, which has been spawning from the Piffle Princess style conglomerate chain stores, which will be popping up all over the place. Very angelic layer review there, guys. And they're selling all these brand new Gundam, all these new LBX models, which are not kit forms, they just appear in a model. What's the point of a giant robot kit if it just comes up in one lump of plastic in a box? At least have a kit. Well, we'll be honest, I'm expecting a How to Buy Action Man episode later on in the season. Now, Riko is quite a cute character. She's got that peppy lead character vibe about her. And even though she's not interested in it, she ended up buying a new LBX thing to take back to her dad. Gets a little lucky bag full of different models. She takes one out of a bag, picks it up, takes one look at the model, and then she gets isekai'd. No trucks here, just gets transported to another world. Or she does get transported to another world and turned into a frame arm girl. Turns into an LBX girl. She turns into the LBX girl of the model she bought for her dad, Assassin. Suddenly back to fake Grand Order territory here, guys. They're looking for a fake Grand Order already. A lot of things happen. She thinks it's all a VR game. And then a bunch of peppy transformations of the other cast happens. Very CG, but very detailed in one particular area. There's a lot of very subtle but very detailed bounces in all right places. It's a nice transformation sequence, but they're a bit long for my liking, and a bit too CG. Which is okay, I suppose, for transformation sequences. The bad guys are just some generic enemy spiders. And the outfits remind me of My Otome, which is in no means a bad thing. Now, LBX Girls is very much a niche show. It knows its audience, it knows it wants its audience to like cute girls as robots. I like cute girls as robots. It's not for everyone, it's not a great show, but I'm going to watch a bit more of it. If you want to join me, find it over at Funimation. One mainstay of the anime industry has been the want to create standard fantasy affairs. A few years ago we had a fantastic Grand Quest. Each season we get one or two new moderate or high fantasy shows with elves or magic or swordcraft or knights or monsters, something like that, which is not an isekai series. And this season we got Hortensia Saga, which is doing just that. Based on a Japanese mobile game, our main character, Alfred, is absent. I mean, it's there, he doesn't have a personality. He's a vanilla character you can just impose your own face onto because it's basically human games. The real main character of the anime is the Squire, Marius, who is in no way a princess which survived a massacre in the castle a few years ago. Because, as with any good night story, this anime starts with tragedy. Bad guys do bad guy things, there's a coup, the king is slain, his head knight is slain, an old dude rescues the princess and disguises her as a boy, and raises him alongside the son of a knight which died. The son's now the lord of the area, the princess is now a boy called Marius, and the boy has absolutely no idea that she's a girl, despite being the least convincing disguise ever. So you just need to take one look at her face to know that dude's a girl. But to each our own, I suppose. We also have a very, very cute maid, Nanoria, who is, I would say, a bit of an airhead, but a lot of an airhead. And she's also got a lot of twin tails. She reminds me a lot of that character from Tiara. I can't remember the name of the character, the cute pink-haired one with the twin tails, one which I think is over there. We've also got the mascot character, Marius's pet, or spirit, or no idea what. We've got Ku, who's basically Puck, but blue. Yeah, that's who we have there. Now, Hortensia Saga has no surprises. If you go into it, you're going to get exactly what you expect to get from it. But the same way, it's not offensive in any way either. It's just a straight, middle of the road, knights and monsters type series. Grand Quest did it better. A hell of a lot of shows did it a lot worse. Although in retrospect, thinking back to it, the episode was very bloody. It was not afraid of throwing blood into the show. And I respect it for that. If you are more interested in watching more of Hortensia, you can find it airing over at Funimation. And so we have our first real stinker of the season. Although, it's not a bad show, just not for me. What did you think of Aichu? Do you agree with me on ReZero? Are LBX and Hortensia have more promise than I give them credit for? Let me know in the comments and join me next time as I look at 4 more new shows. Until then, thanks for watching and bye bye.